So this is our page in here. What we are going to do is to just add some important tags. This one was a typing mistake. It should be HTML and not HTML. So right now if we press Ctrl O and hit enter to save it and go to our browser and just go to the another directory, the a1.html, you see now it doesn't tell us that it hasn't been found on the server, but we have a file called a1.html which is completely blank. So in here what we are going to do is to put some tags in the body tag. The first one that I want to show you is the h1 tag. h1 is the header. So if we say h1 in here, and well, we said that our site is about creating an online casino, so let's say that a casino website. Now we press Ctrl O and enter to save it, and now we refresh the web page. As you see, we have a casino website. Now if we just do it with another tag called h2 in here, so I press Ctrl Co and Ctrl U 2 times, and now h2 and again h2, Ctrl O, hit enter and go to the Firefox and refresh the page. You see now it is smaller than the first one, so h1 would be bigger than h2. Also we would want to just put another tag, so I want the h3 also. We would have up to h6, so h3, and we refresh it. You see it is smaller, up to h6. So again we say, let me just paste 3 of them in here. This would be h4, this is h5, and this is h6. Now we save it and we refresh the web page. You see they are all headers with a smaller size, so the h1 is the biggest one. So in here after h we want to introduce you another tag b in here, which is for bolding the text that we write. So let's say that we want to say roulette game in here, while the text would be bold. Ctrl O and enter, and if we go in the Firefox in here and refresh it, you see we have the roulette game in a bold format. If we say italic in here, and again the same one, the I tag, and if we go to our browser again, you see we have roulette game in here, but both of them are in the same line. So in the all the h tags in here, h1 to h6, with every tag that we are writing, it would go to the next line, and it doesn't matter if we put the tags in the next line or not. For example, in here, if we just put h2 in here, nothing would happen, and then we would have still the last page. So if we refresh it, you see it doesn't go that this text go in here. No, it won't happen. But about the b tags in here, all of them would go in the same line. What we could do is to use another tag, which is the br. Br is those kind of tags which we don't need to close them, but we could close them inside itself. So instead of saying br and then br in here, what we are going to do is to just say br and close the tag. Now if we save it again and go to the browser, now you see the roulette game with the I tag inside the I tag would go to next line. Now next tag is the p. P is for going the text inside the p tag would go to the next paragraph. So in here, if we say let's say crash game, and we save it, we go to the browser again and refresh the page, you see it won't go in this line or one line after, but it would go to the next paragraph. So instead of this, let me just say in here, and as I said, it doesn't make any difference if we put the p or paragraph in here or after this. You see again, if we save it and go to the browser, as you see, nothing would differ. So in here, if we want to create so much distance between two lines, we could use the p to go to different paragraphs, or we could use br to just go to the next line. Next tag is the div tag in here. So if you say div, and let's say place a bet, for example, and we say div. Div is to just create another division. So if you Control O and save and go to the browser so that you could see the response in here, you see it is the place a bet. Let me just create another div tag in here and say, for example, football bet, and we say div again and Control O enter. We go to the browser and refresh. You see now instead of the p tags, both the div would go in the 2 lines but not 2 paragraphs. The distance between these two would not be as big as paragraph. So instead of div, if I just say, for example, p tag in here and save it, now if you look just at these 2 lines, the football bet would go to the next paragraph but not next line. So if we just refresh it, you see it has gone to the next line. Again, let me just change it back to the div. So div in here, now you could see that it has a smaller distance between it. Now let's say that you don't want to use p tags, use div tags, but with a bigger distance. So in here, if we just want to keep the distance that we use for the p but use the div tags, you could just use br in here to go to the next line. If you open our browser and refresh the page, you see it has gone to next line. Again, you could just use another br tag and save it. Now if you open our browser, you see it has gone to the next line, and we could just increase the distance by saying more br tags. What the div tag does is that it's just for the CSS. So CSS is a style sheet language that you would see in the next lecture how we want to use that. So instead of, if you just look at these codes in here, these text in here, they don't have any discipline. Using the CSS, we could just align different text in here, bring them in the different positions in the page, and also give them different colors, and somehow give better presentation to our markup language in here.